So let's get to Stairway to Heaven. That's what we're waiting for here. So let's do that. Get the camera down a little bit. Now this is going to have 6 positions for this opening part 1, and the part 2, 3, 4, and so forth will be on veoh.com. Anyway, in the future, if you want to look for them on there. But here's part 1 for you for YouTube for free. The first position, what we're going to do is come up here to the 5th fret here with the bar. Let me go ahead and play the first 4 notes. Okay? And you need to have this bar here. So you take your first finger and you flatten it out and you press down all the strings if you can do that. It's kind of hard to do. It's really easier on electric than acoustic, but you really only need the top 4 skinny strings here. But it may be easier to bar the whole, go ahead and stick your whole finger on there, because just have the more meaty part of your finger there and you'll have a better chance at barring. So get that finger on the 5th fret, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there I am. Now on the D string, which is this 3rd string from the ceiling, 1, 2, 3, there's the D string, we need to put our middle finger on the 6th fret. Now we're not going to use that note yet, but we're going to use it, so we need to get it ready ahead of time. So see, I've got that middle finger right here, and then I'm going to take my ring finger of my left hand, put it on the 7th fret of the D string as well. Okay? That's the position we want to start in here. So we have 3 things. We have this finger barring, we have this one on the 6th fret, and then this ring finger on the 7th fret on the D string. Now we want these top strings to be open. Now make sure you use your fingertips so that you don't mute any strings by accident. You want to use your fingertips, keep them curved there. Now we're going to finger pick with our right hand. You can't use a pick on this because you have to do 2 strings at once sometimes, and you need to do finger picking. So we're going to take our right hand and we're going to let the thumb take care of the D string. Pointer finger will be on the G, and then the B string will be with the middle finger, and then the ring finger will take care of the high E string. You just want to kind of hook your fingers under the strings like that, and then you'll just do them one at a time. So we have our hand position ready for our left hand, and we're going to do 4 things. Do 4 strings here. 1. Okay? All right, and I really recommend listening to the recording of Stairway to Heaven, because it will really help you get it in your ear if you don't know the song that well. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let all the strings ring. Don't do this. Let them ring. Alright, there's the first position. Here's the second position. We're going to lift up our ring finger. So get it off. Keep the middle finger down because we're going to use it now. Take the pinky of your left hand and put it in the 7th fret on the high E string here. Okay? And then still holding this bar. All right, rest your hand if your hand's really getting tired holding that bar. Then we have the 2nd chord here. All right? We're going to do the same thing. Well, not the same thing with the finger picking, but we're going to have our thumb on the D, of course, and the ring finger on the high E, and we're going to do those at the same time. Like that, okay? And, of course, you'll be playing down here by the bridge. I just put it up here so you can see both hands easily together. So do the D string and the high E at the same time, and then the B by itself, and then the G by itself, and then back up to the high E. Might want to write that down. Okay, the D and the high E together, and then the B string, then the G, and then the high E. Let it ring. Now here's the next position. I'm going to lift up my middle finger, so it's gone, and I'm going to take my pinky and move it over to the 8th fret, and then I'm ready for this 3rd position. And I'm going to finger pick it the same way we did the previous chord. So D string and high E together, and then B string, and then G string, and then high E. So let's put the first 3 positions together. Here we go. 2nd, 3rd. Now the 4th one is the tough one because you've got to make a slide down here. So what we're going to do is take our bar and we're going to slide it down all the way to the 2nd fret, okay? So move that first finger all the way down to the 2nd fret. Then I'm going to take my middle finger, put it on the 3rd fret of the B string. And then I'm going to take my ring finger, put it on the 4th fret of the D string, okay? It should sound like this. Well, like that, like this. There we go. All right, so once I got that down, then I can finger pick it the same way I did the 2 previous chords. the D and the high E together, and then the B, and then the G string, and then back to the high E. Alright, so let's put together what we have so far. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, slide. Now here's the fifth position. It's an open string chord, so now it's going to be a lot easier. Let's take our ring finger on the left hand, put it on the 3rd fret of the D string. Middle finger is going to go on the G string, 2nd fret. And then first finger is going to go on the 1st fret of the B string. And this is how we're going to pick that. D string and high E together. And then B string by itself. And then the G string. Back to the B string. And then wait for a little bit on that one. And then continue high E. Back to B string. And then back to the G string. So it'll sound like this. Okay? Now here's the next part. The last deal to do here. We're going to have the B string on the 1st fret, like that, or the A string, I'm sorry, it's a B note. Okay, use your middle finger if you want. And then we can have the D and the G string open. So we're going to pick with our fingers of our right hand the A string, the D string, the G string all together. All three. Alright? And then we're going to do 2nd fret on the D and also 2nd fret on the G string. So get those down. Alright, the A string is going to be open now. And then I'm going to pick it 2 times, all 3 strings. Bum, bum. Alright? So that last part goes bum, 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 which is... Or you can do it this way. You can bar those 2 strings if you want. And then after that, I'm going to have open A. And picked it with my thumb. I'm going to slide to 8 with my ring finger, my left hand. And then a 7. So 8, 7. Let's go through all the parts now. Here we go. First position. 2nd. 3rd. 4th. 5th. And then the 6th position. And then, okay? So there's part 1.